Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more. Welcome back to another episode of the Man That Can Projects podcast. I am Lachie Stuart and I am your host and the founder of the Man That Can Project, where we are focused on empowering men to take ownership for their life, learn to love themselves, and recognize the value that they have to give the world. And we aim to do that by getting on guests and experts and sharing experiences through this podcast, as well as running programs and events and coaching to help men achieve those things. Now, one of the quick things I want to remind you, if this is your first time tuning in, please remember to hit subscribe now so you get the continued updates. And if you aren't aware of the programs that we've got available, you can head over to themanthatcanproject.com and find a program that's suited for you. But what I want to highlight quickly is the Breakthrough Experience, which is a self-paced program that runs over 6 weeks. Obviously, if you fall behind, all the information is going to be there, but it is released a new module every week. There's over 36 videos or educational pieces there to help you improve various components of your life, to help you take your life to that next level, improve your communication, and become a man of value. So head on over, dive into that, and I look forward to hearing more of you take your life to the next level through achieving a great outcome from the Breakthrough Experience.
You're listening to the Man That Can Project with Lachie Stuart, a global movement created to empower men and open up what's really going through their minds by having real and raw conversations about life's unique challenges and our individual ways of processing it all. Welcome to the Man That Can Project.
So let's talk vision creates purpose. Today I've been sitting down with Brad. So Brad Munro, for those who are in the Facebook community, you'll see he's highly active in there and he's one of the members of the Man That Can Project. But we've been sitting down today just nutting out a new workshop we're looking to run here in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast in Australia. And one of the things we were sort of brainstorming is the importance of having a vision. And I truly believe that a strong vision can create your purpose, which creates then the daily actions and I guess highlights your strengths, and it also highlights your weaknesses. And the beauty of that is it points you in the right direction of what you need to learn, who you need to surround yourself with, what you need to cut out of your life in order to achieve the vision, right? Like, who do you have to become, or what kind of man do you have to become in order to achieve those goals, in order to achieve that vision? And that becomes our purpose, right? We need direction. We need a sense of something bigger than ourselves. And generally our vision ties into that. And I want to sort of break that down for you guys today. And it's something that for those who are in the Inner Circle program, you'll see in the back office now, there's a video to help you create your vision, and depending on when you're listening to this, the purpose and the goal setting will all come next. But when we think about a vision, right, a vision is for how you see your life playing out, or what you would like your life to turn out like. And for myself, for those who've listened to this for a while, you'll have heard me mention I did a 10-year vision, right? So I mapped out what I would like my life to look like in 10 years about 6 years ago. So 2014 I did that. So 2015 I did that. We're now in 2021, so I'm starting to see some progress, and I'm actually starting to realize the power that taking the time to set that vision had on my life, because it helped me make some decisions around what I wanted in various areas of my life. And for those who aren't blending words here, trying to be more efficient. For those who aren't aware of the 8 areas that all men must master, you can head over to the Facebook page, obviously the Man That Can Project, or you can jump into the Facebook group and there's a free webinar there which runs you through that. But those areas that I talk about that all men need to really master is your finances, the partner and love aspect, the physical health, your career, your mission, your mental and emotional health, your family and friends, the growth, spirituality, and your lifestyle, right? And when we decide what we want each of those areas to look like, we then create a gap, right, or a bridge that needs to be crossed. And if we look at that, we can identify our present self or where we currently are in that area. And what we really want to do here, gents, is we want to be honest. I don't want you to have a guess or don't try and sugarcoat it. Be brutally honest, because if you bullshit yourself, you're going to set yourself up for failure because you're not being honest with where you're at. And if you can't work out what the next step is for you, for where you're currently at, like I said, you're setting yourself up for failure. So if you can be honest with where you're at in each of those areas, you're going to get a more accurate starting point there for that present self. And from then we need to decide on that the desired self that's going to help us achieve the growth or the outcomes that we want in each area of our life. And I'll give you an example. For me, when I started on this journey, there was various points that were highlighted along the way that showed me, I would desire to be in that position. And I'll use a public speaking example. I remember when I went to my first personal development event, I walked away so inspired. And I remember watching a guy who's actually been on the podcast, Ben Kelly. For those who haven't listened to it, I can't remember what episode number, but I'll attach it in the show notes. But Ben had a very similar background to me, had suicidal thoughts, was a bricklayer, so I was coming from that tradie background, and he'd managed to completely transform his life and earn himself a good income and found purpose. And I was sitting there thinking, fuck, I want to be him. I desire to be like that. I desire to get my finances sorted. I desire to get my physical health. I want to understand my mindset and my emotions, and I really want to be on purpose and be able to give to something bigger than that. And one of the growth goals that I set for myself, or one of the goals that I set for myself, was to speak on stage. And when I started thinking about, okay, what has to happen in order for me to be able to speak on stage? Well, 1, I need credibility. 2, I need the results, which obviously support that credibility. 3, I probably need to learn how to speak better. 4, I need to network with the people who are going to, be able to put me on stage, right? And so I put all these goals in place and I started working on it. So from my present self, there was work to be done. And it wasn't just set the goal and it happened. There was a lot of confrontational moments that happened in that. And what I mean by the confrontation, I meant with my own self. It's easy to get motivated and set goals, but when those limiting beliefs come up, like I'm not worthy, why would anyone want to listen to me? I'll never be able to change my money story. Things like that came up. And I had to do the work to grow through them in order to get to my desired self. So even though you set the goal, there's going to be some unexpected speed bumps or obstacles that come up along the way that try to deter you and say, hey, you don't really want that desired self. You don't really want to speak on stage. Like you'd much prefer the life that you're living right now. It's comfortable. You know the outcome. And that crossed my mind so many times, but I also knew that there was an opportunity for me to live a bigger life and me to have more and do more and be more. And I know the reason why a lot of you guys listen to this podcast, and for the ladies that listen, I appreciate that you listen, and I love that you share it with people in your life that can get value for everyone who does that. But we all want that. And we all can have that. The problem is, those limiting beliefs that get in the way, because our vision isn't strong enough. For me, when I wake up every single day, I'm not always motivated. I have days and even weeks where it's like I question why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. Things get frustrating. People keep, not wanting to buy into the vision. People don't think I can help them. All these sorts of things happen. And it's knockback after knockback after knockback. But I decided within my vision, I knew with all of these 8 areas where I want to get to, and I'm committed to the growth and the goals that I've set for myself. Yes, I review and revise them, but I know who I desire to be as a man. I've decided on what I value. I've become clear on what I value, and I have set the standards to achieve that. And because I have that, that's my purpose. I wake up every single day wanting to do better for myself, for the Man That Can project, for those in my life that I truly care about. And it's when I start doubting or falling in the rut, which happens, where I don't feel worthy, I don't feel like I offer value and various other thoughts like that, that I dive back into the vision and I get re-inspire myself by how I've written it out and what I believe is possible. I also have a few other things that go into that, but in order for me, now that I've created the vision, and I'd highly recommend you guys create a vision for yourself. And once again, if you've never done that, definitely join the inner circle, because that in itself is worth the small investment in that. But you can, get clear on your present self and get to your desired self, right? It's so important to do that. And then you just got to put in the work, right? The reason why the men in the inner circle are absolutely thumping it is they got that accountability, right? They got that guidance and they're creating momentum in their life. It's phenomenal to see. So guys, if you're one of those people who are just going through the flow, right? You're not sure what it is that you want, or you haven't made a decision, you need to create that vision for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to live someone else's vision. And if you want fulfillment, if you want true happiness, if you want purpose, you need to decide what that is. You need to create that. And I know everyone here who is listening wants that. That's why you're listening to a personal development podcast. You want that. And the only thing that's stopping you doing that, for those who aren't on track to that or taking steps to get there, is those limiting beliefs or your perspective around what you feel is possible for yourself. Or it may just be that you don't have the structure or strategies in place to create that. And that's where I can help. So, guys, remember this. Your vision creates purpose. If you're feeling lost, stuck, unfulfilled, start with a vision. Allow yourself to get some purpose from what has to happen next, which comes through being honest with where you're at, I guess your present self, and work out what goals and growth has to happen in order to get to the desired self, okay? Because that's when, all you need to focus on then is, if you can make a decision, focus, act. Focus, act. Just continually repeat, get feedback, revise, focus, act. Right? And you'll start seeing the results that come, like the amount of stuff that's come from my 10-year game plan is incredible. Like the amount of stuff that's come true. And it's so inspiring, and I can't wait to release it in the next year or two to show people where I'm at versus what I wrote back in 2015. It's such a powerful thing. So guys, to summarize what I've just covered, if you're feeling lost, right, the problem in your life is you're lacking direction, you're feeling unfulfilled, you may have success in various areas, but also you feel like something's still missing. This comes back to the fact that you don't have a vision, you don't have a holistic vision, right? So watch that 8 areas that all men must master webinar. That will help highlight to you maybe something that is missing for you. Secondly, once you've created that vision, you then get to be honest about where you're currently at towards where you need to be, right? That present self, desired self, and you set the goals and growth, right? And that becomes your purpose, right? It becomes your purpose to create the desired self. That's where the work happens. Every day you get up going, all right, I'm working towards doing this because it's going to create the bigger vision. I'm doing this, it's because it's aligned with my mission, it's my vision. So take the time to do that, guys. You will find it hugely beneficial for your quality of life, and you will get some incredible results from that along the way. Now, gents, remember, if you loved this episode, please leave a review and share it on your socials, and please subscribe to the episode. I'll see you guys in the free Facebook group, The Man That Can Project, or if you're going to jump on any of the other programs, I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachie Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.